नहीं Discord में.
I'm going to go ahead and start. Whoever is talking in the background, I think you need to mute yourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so today's just more of an introduction workshop, so it's going to be a bit more on the informative side, but the main goal for today's workshop is really to help you guys figure out what competition you might be more interested in, whether it's number sense or A+ math. So first we'll just start off talking about Teach2Learn, a little bit about what it is, what their goals are. Then we'll talk about our workshop, what we're going to teach, what this is going to offer to you guys. And then we're going to talk about how you guys can use the knowledge you gain from this workshop in competition. And then we're going to talk about how a normal workshop will look like in the future, since today is more of an introduction type. And then we're going to briefly go into the different competitions associated with Math UIL, so number sense and A+ math. And then we'll go into the benefits and applications of this workshop. And lastly, we'll finish it off with a fun little Kahoot game.
So if you went to orientation, you already know what Teach2Learn is. But just for a quick brief rundown, Teach2Learn is an organization where we want to help all of you guys find a passion, especially before you get into high school. And so for a lot of people, math is their passion. And that's kind of what this workshop is aiming at. We want to help you guys in your math ability. And yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit about your mentors. On one of them, my name is Laksh Nagpal. I'm a rising sophomore, and I've been doing Math UIL since 7th grade, and I've been doing it ever since. And some hobbies I have, I like to play sports, be active, and I like to play some video games as well.
Hi, my name is Olivia Yi. I'm also a rising sophomore. I started number sense in elementary school, but like Laksh, I started A+ math in 7th grade. So I've had about the same amount of time in UIL as he has. And on the side, I'm also a figure skater, and I also like playing piano.
So some aspects of this workshop. So this workshop is really aimed towards teaching a higher level of math, but whatever you learn can be used in competitions such as number sense or A+ math. And in our workshop, we'll always have fun and interactive activities. So in this case, we have a Kahoot, and we'll have many more activities in our future workshops. And our main mission for this workshop is to teach math that seems difficult at first, but we're going to teach it to you in a way that's actually pretty easy to learn, and anyone can really do it. So what specific things you will learn? So today, like I said before, it's more of an introduction, but you guys will have a better understanding of which competition or topic you might want to go to and focus on. Our next workshop, which is on the 29th, and we'll focus on multiplication, squares, and cube speed tricks. And you already might know how to do this on hand, but this workshop will be different because we'll be teaching you how to do these all in your head mentally within seconds. And then on our third workshop, we'll go over divisors and Roman numerals, which will be a new topic for most of you guys, but it's pretty easy to learn as well. So you guys will have fun with that. And same sort of thing with day 4, where it'll be a new topic, so bases and sequences, but we'll teach it in a way that'll make it seem really easy for you, and you guys can use it in a wide variety of cases.
So this workshop, a lot of it is focused on the competition perspective. A lot of the knowledge that we'll teach you will be for the competitions, number sense, and A+ math. So to help you guys, we'll give you practice questions, practice tests, videos, and you can message us anytime if you have questions. We'll try to respond as fast as possible. So other than this workshop, for the next few workshops, we'll give you practice sheets where there are questions that you can practice all the methods and different tricks we learned that day. They're not homework because we don't want to give you guys homework. We'll give you the answer key so you can check yourself once you're done. But that way, if you need extra practice once the workshop is over, you'll have that available to you.
Oh, wait, what's A+ math?
we'll get into that. There's 2 competitions in Math UIL. There's Number Sense and there's A+ Math. And if you're wondering why you should compete, it's a really fun activity in high school and it's pretty important. And since a lot of you guys are going into high school or currently in junior high or going into junior high, if you do it now and you get really good at it, you'll be really good at it in high school where it really matters. Once you get into it, I promise you it's really fun. Competitions are always fun. And the learning curve is pretty quick. You might think that math is pretty hard or that you're not very advanced at math, but you don't need to be a math whiz to be able to do a lot of these things. Once you learn the tricks and the strategies, you can become really good at it, and then you can do really well in competition.
So the general structure of this workshop. So in our future workshops, we'll usually have an advanced math topic to go over. So for example, for next workshop, our advanced topic will be multiplication and squares. And then we'll break that down into different subtopics and tricks. So that'll just be certain tricks for those advanced topics. And then we'll discuss how you guys can use whatever you learn in competitions or real world. And then we'll usually finish it off, or we'll always finish it off with a fun and interactive competition, whether it's Kahoot, Quizlet, or other online games like that. And then we'll also have time for questions, and we'll provide a worksheet, an optional worksheet with a key, just for practice.
Okay, so one of you guys asked what A+ Math is, and so now I'm going to explain to you all the rules of both competitions, and I'm going to kind of compare them, so you can kind of see the differences and the similarities, and that can also help you decide which one you want to compete in. In middle school, you can compete in one of them, or you can compete in both of them too if you'd like. So Number Sense is more of a mental math competition. All of the work you do has to be in your head. You're not allowed to use any scratch paper. And this might seem really intimidating at first, but I promise you the questions aren't extremely hard. They're at a level to where you're able to do them in your head. But in A+ Math, they'll give you space to write it out, and you can write all over the test. The Number Sense test is also a lot shorter than the A+ Math exam. For Number Sense, it's only 10 minutes, and there are 80 problems total, which you're not expected to get through all the problems. They're just there. If you can get through 80 of them, that's like really amazing. But for A+ Math, it's 30 minutes, so it's longer, and it resembles more of a normal test that you would kind of take in school. There are 50 questions there, and it's easier to be able to answer all the questions in A+ Math. The scoring is also really different. Well, not extremely different, but there are different rules that you need to remember. For Number Sense, you get 5 points for every correct answer, and you also get 4 points deducted if you get the answer wrong or you leave the question blank. And I'm going to kind of add to this. In Number Sense, the last problem you do is up to where they grade. So if I only go up to number 10, then the grader is only going to grade your first 10 questions. So if you skip any questions in the first 10 questions, you'll get 4 points off. But in A+ Math, you can skip around, and you'll get 5 points for each correct answer and 2 points off for incorrect answers. If you skip around and you leave a blank answer, they won't do anything. It's just there are no deductions, but you also don't get any points for it. So that's why I actually recommend that you pick and choose your questions in A+ Math. If you don't know the answer, I would skip it and find an easier one because there are different levels of questions all throughout the test. In Number Sense, you really shouldn't skip around because if you do skip around, it'll be really easy to get a negative score, which is possible. And the test also goes from easy to hard problems, so I would be careful. The test is also split into 4 columns. We'll kind of refer to sometimes the tricks that we'll teach you, we'll kind of refer to them as first column tricks, second column, and so forth. Basically, it's just that the first column is easier than the second column, and the third column is also harder than the second column, and the fourth column is the hardest. With Number Sense, you also want to be fast. You want to be able to solve these problems pretty quickly, which is why we'll be teaching you a lot of mental math speed tricks. But in A+ Math, it is slightly speed-based, but you don't need to be extremely fast to be able to be good at it. It's more knowledge-based, and it also relies on your problem-solving skills and kind of the general math you learn. I'm also going to add that A+ Math has an answer sheet. So it's kind of like a Scantron. Once you're working on your questions and you get the answer, you have to make sure you put it on the answer sheet, because the only thing the graders will look at is the answer sheet. Number sense isn't as much knowledge-based. I would say it's more practice-oriented, and you want to know all the tricks and memorizations before you take the test.
So some more number sense rules. Number sense can be a bit more like, has a bit weird or specific rules, but hopefully they don't affect you too much. So every 10th question on the number sense test is an estimation question, and they'll usually have an asterisk right next to it. And that asterisk basically means that it wants an approximate answer and not so much an exact. So if you ever get that nasty addition problem, you could just sit there and solve it all out and find the exact answer, but that would take a while. So what you should do is just round each answer. So let's say 3060 plus 5000 plus 3400, just to make it a lot more easier to add. And how these questions work is that you'll usually have a range of questions. So let's say the range for this one was 11,000 and 12,000. Well, if you get any answer between those two numbers, then you basically have the question, right? So no need to spend too much time on these. And then for fractions, just remember to always write the most simplified version. And another thing about number sense is that once you write an answer down, you can't erase it. And so that's why it's important to write the most simplified fraction you can, because if you end up writing one that's not, you won't be able to simplify it later. And then lastly, note extraneous zeros. And this basically means, let's say you have a number 7.30. Well, you can't add the last zero in because it's not necessary, so they will count that wrong. However, if it's talking about money and cents, then you need that zero at the end. So $6.30, you need the last two digits.
I'm gonna add something here. If you're wondering how far you can round for this question, for the estimation questions, it has to be within 10% of the actual answer. So.
And just some more, we recommend that you use pen for number sense so that you're less likely to go back and erase answers. And it's also you write faster with pen usually than pencil. And like I said before, there's no scratching or erasing answers. Once you have one, you can't basically touch it anymore. And then answers can be fractions or decimals if not specified. So some questions will either ask you that it has to be a fraction or it has to be a decimal, then you just put its respective thing. But if it doesn't ask you, then you can put either one. And the same sort of logic goes for mixed and improper fractions. If it doesn't ask you to do either specifically, then you can do either one based on preference.
And I know these are a lot of rules, and it's a lot to take in all at once, so don't worry. I would just remember the most basic rules, and we'll be here to remind you in case you forget any. So we kind of wanted to give you an example of what the test would look like. So this is a portion of the first page for a number sense exam. You can see this is like the first column, and it's all free response. And this is the second column. A+ Math, however, is all multiple choice. So if you don't know, you could guess. But I wouldn't recommend it unless you can narrow it down to one or two answer choices. And if you want to find these practice tests, you can go to these links, which are down here.
Yeah, and some benefits of these workshops. So whatever you learn from this workshop, you can always use it throughout high school, because Math UIL is a thing where it starts in junior high and you can continue it all the way throughout 12th grade. So it's best to just learn early and then use it later on. And then with this workshop, you guys can also realize that math may truly be a passion for you. For some of you, it may already be a passion and you're just looking forward to expand on it. And for others, you may not have a passion for math. But with this workshop, you guys can see a new concept of math that really isn't exposed in school. So yeah, we'll definitely teach you a lot more new things that you might find interesting. And then we'll also teach advanced level math early on, helping you in future math classes. I know for me, doing number sense in 7th and 8th grade really helped me in my 9th grade math classes. And then you can definitely write whatever you do in Math UIL on resumes and applications. And on these, you don't even have to really place like first, second, third. You don't even have to do that. As long as you show commitment to it and you do it and you stick with it, then it already looks good. And then some real world applications. You guys will truly be able to see the M in STEM. Like I said before, you guys won't, or this level of math will be pretty new for you as they're not really taught in school. And yeah, with this workshop, you guys can also hopefully narrow down certain career paths, and some career paths for math include engineers, mathematicians, economists, financial planners, and many more.
Okay, so we're gonna play the Kahoot. But before we get there, I'm going to explain the resources really quickly. So if you're looking for places to get number sense practice tests, you can go to this website, and we'll share the slides with you once the workshop is over, so you guys have access to all of these links. But he posts a lot of great practice tests you can use on your own. And for A+ Math, there's also a sample test from UIL Texas here. And then with this website, I kind of want to talk about it really quickly because it's really nice. They split it into different grade levels and different topics. I would recommend you look at algebra and geometry and then maybe 7th and 8th grade, maybe 6th and maybe 9th. But once you click on it, they have a lot of questions that you can practice on. And it's a really good website if you're looking for extra practice. But yeah. So I guess we're ready.
Wait, can you do the previous slide again?
This one?
Yeah.
Are you taking? Do you need a picture of it?
No, like explain it. I wasn't couldn't understand it.
Oh, okay. That's okay. So the first link here just gives you a lot of number sense practice tests with the key in case you want to practice on your own. And here we have A+ Math sample tests right here on this link. And then this website is just a really cool website that gives you a lot of math problems that you can work on for free in case you're looking for extra practice. And if you're looking for more videos about these competitions, we also link them down below. All good?
Yes.
Okay, so, and then one last thing before the Kahoot. We kind of wanted to show you guys what a normal day would have to look like. Yeah, and Luke, we will send the link to you, don't worry. We know you guys can't really type it all out from the view. But normally, since today we're not going to get into any real math, normally, here, I'll let Laksh explain this.
Yeah, so basically this is one of the first actual tricks we learned. So yeah, multiplying by 25, 50, 75, 125, and these are questions that'll appear early on. So basically in a normal day we would just go over these different tricks, and then after we go over an example and just a brief overview of it, we'll have a you try section where we'll give you this problem and you guys can type the answer in the discussion chat, or we'll have a poll. That way you guys can use the tricks that you learn and stay more interactive.
And if you find that the method wasn't very helpful, we'll always include a second method in case you didn't like the first one. Or we'll try to come up with a second method. There isn't always one. But when there is, we'll let you guys know, so you guys will always have a second option to fall back on if you didn't like that one that much.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're ready for a Kahoot. I need to start over because this was last round. I'm going to stop sharing for a moment, and then I'm going to open the Kahoot again.
Yeah, so a little bit about the Kahoot. The Kahoot is split into 3 sections. The first section being number sense. I believe it's the first 11 or 12 sections where, for the questions for the number sense section, we advise you not to use scratchwork or calculators. Just try to do everything in your head. And we obviously know that you won't be able to do everything because the Kahoot features problems that we're gonna teach you how to do later on. So it's really just more guessing and getting you exposed to these certain types of problems. And then yeah, go ahead and use the code and sign it.
And if you can't solve some of these problems, don't be discouraged, because we're going to teach you how to solve all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might seem kind of intimidating at first, but I promise you, once you learn how to do them, they're not intimidating at all. Oh yeah, and I would try to use your first name, so if you win, we can tell who you are. If not, we're not going to know who wins.
Excuse me, where do you find the Kahoot again?
So
Like the link.
oh, okay, so you just go to Kahoot.it, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Oh.
you would just enter the game pin.
It'll ask you for a
Okay.
game.
Oh, I put it in the chat, but if you can't see it, it's 501-6037.
Yeah, I can see it. Thanks. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, I'll wait for them to get on. How many people are we expecting in the Kahoot?
38. But
No, don't listen to it. Don't click on the link. 38? Okay, that's okay.
yeah, 38.
Okay, I don't know who Respect Elmo is, but... Alright. Do you think we should start, or should we wait more? Is anyone still joining?
Yeah, just let us know.
Yes, I'm still joining.
Okay, I'll wait for you. Okay, was that you? Okay, are we ready to start now? I don't hear anyone, so I'm going to assume that means we're ready.
Yeah, so
Wait, how do
remember,
you change? Wait, how do you change your name?
How do you change your name?
I don't think you can anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be a little late.
In Discord.
Oh, in Discord. Here, we'll just talk to you afterwards. Let's just do this. Yeah, so remember for these, try not to use any scratchwork or calculators. And you promise by the end of like all the workshops, you guys can do these problems within like 5 or 10 seconds.
Maybe on the last workshop, we'll let you guys play this again and see how much you've improved. Good. Most of you got that. Nikita's winning. Fractions.
Like the wrong one.
Ooh, this one is pretty split.
Yeah.
And for anyone who doesn't know, these are Roman numerals, and we want you to figure out the Arabic representation, or the Arabic.
Yeah, Arabic just means just normal numbered form, so like the answer choice is below.
Yeah. I'm also gonna launch a poll because I'm very curious on how old you guys are. Because last workshop we had a lot of different ages. So if you get a chance, tell me, answer the poll if you can. Answer the poll in the Discord chat and let us know how old you are. Oh wow, this one was pretty.
Yeah,
We're
these
gonna
are
learn
sequences. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna learn this in workshop 4. So stay tuned. And Nikita is back on top. Man, this one was also really hard. Man, you guys are pretty split on these questions.
I'm just kind of guessing.
It's okay.
That's what the
This problem is really weird.
yeah, this is a really rare problem. This is just like you either know it or you don't.
Yeah, number sense often has really miscellaneous questions.
Yeah.
So wow. Jonathan is on a streak. Okay, for this problem, convert this problem to base 10. Or convert the number to base 10.
Yeah. This problem.
See, the trick of this question is that it's already in base 10. So the answer is just the answer itself.
What? How? I've gotten every single one wrong.
What? Hey, I'm looking at the poll, and most of you guys are going into 7th grade, which is pretty cool. It's what we've seen for most of the other workshops so far.
Yeah.
Bases are also on day 4.
Yeah. Alright, so this is A plus math, so you guys can use scratch work on this one. Use any paper, pencil.
Also give you more time to work it out.
Yeah.
I've got. Bro, this is too advanced, bro.
Too much what?
It's too advanced.
It's okay, we'll teach you guys. Oh, the poll is in the chat. It's optional. You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just kind of guessing about every single answer, unless I like kind of know it.
It's
That's
okay.
fine.
Yeah, it's totally okay to not know any of these.
This is just to get you guys an exposure of what to expect on number sense or A+ math, and just to narrow down which one you might be more interested in.
Yeah, and some of the questions we gave are actually pretty hard. They might be on like the harder end of the test.
Yeah.
Because the easy stuff you guys already know. We don't need to teach you that. A lot of reading.
Yeah. The A+ math usually has a lot of word problems versus number sense is just quick-based problems. So
I remember whenever I first did A+ math, sometimes I would read a problem and I'd spend 5 minutes just like digesting it, and then I'd realize I didn't know how to do it, so then I couldn't even solve it. Which is why you should definitely jump around, because if you can't do it, then you'd be wasting your time on it.
yeah.
I thought it would be free, but there's no free.
What do you mean, free? Oh, you thought it would be 3, but it wasn't. Okay, I see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The answer is much larger than that. Wow, Nikita is staying on top. This question I actually didn't get at
Yeah.
first time I saw it. Do you guys want me to turn the music off? Like, is it getting on your nerves?
Yeah.
Okay. Five seconds.
So yeah, and at the end it says face card. Face cards are basically king, jack, and queens.
I just realized that Kahoot slows the music down. It takes longer for a problem.
Oh,
hope you guys got that one. Isabel is now in first. Wait, did we determine that it was union or intersection?
Yeah,
Do you remember?
union.
Okay, this is supposed to be a union symbol. So what is the number of elements in the union of A and B?
Yeah, this is a weird question, but it's the
Wait, what's the?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Wait, what is A, B?
Oh, I don't think we actually covered this. But union is basically the number of elements if you were to combine the sets without repetitions. See these on tests every now and then. There's usually at least one of them. Union would be whenever you combine both sets, and then the intersection is the number of elements that they have in common. But this one's union, so this one's if you were to put them together.
So I believe this was the last. Oh wait, no, sorry, this one is.
This one's really hard to do if you don't know the formula.
Yeah.
Man, that was tough.
Yeah, so the next two questions aren't really math questions, they're just general fun type questions.
Please,
Yeah, you guys better know this.
please get this right. What are our names? And if you don't know, I'll give you a hint. You're on Discord where you can see everyone's usernames. So, that's disappointing. Okay, let's see who won. In third place. Second. And first. Congrats, Isabel.
Good job, guys.
Did I see what place I'm in? Because I didn't get to see.
Can I see?
I'm not. Is it?
I don't know. I don't think they let me see like the entire places anymore.
Hmm.
Which is kind of sad, but
Yeah. I
Well,
think it might
tell
have.
so I got 18th place.
that's okay.
It's okay. This doesn't really. This is just to get an exposure.
Oh, here we are. Here's fourth and fifth. Okay. And that's all we have for today.
Yeah. So.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So today was just an introduction lecture. Nothing too much going on. So that's why it ended a bit quick. But the next workshops we'll be diving into curriculum and just helping you guys out. Yes.
We'll do more actual math next workshop, I promise.
Yeah.
But for now, we're done for today, so
Yeah, if you guys
I
have
hope
any
you guys-
questions, just stay back and ask, but if you don't, just feel free to disconnect.